just one moral. Listen to these three anecdotes very carefully. The first anecdote is that of business leadership. Most of you have read the Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yes.
So my maternal grandfather is my proverbial rich dad. So he went to school, he learned just the basic math and basic language, and then he traveled overseas. He apprenticed in his father's banking business, and he started a bank, private bank of his own in Colombo. This was way back in 1920s. And then when the civil war struck there, he returned back, and he's one of a lot of other businesses, his own banks, pharma, agro business and all that. So he's my proverbial rich dad. And there is my paternal grandfather. He is my poor dad. He got the best education. He was taught by the British. His English was taught, he learned English from British teachers. And he was best in what he did. He got the best of a plum job in a best bank, and he rose up the rank and he became a leader. He's a leader in that bank, and he retired from the same job. So he's my poor dad. I have interacted a lot with both of them, and neither of them had uttered these words. Never ever uttered these words. Recession, layoff, work-life balance, stress, burnout. No. They both were great leaders, but they have never uttered these words. But these are the words that are very, very common in the boardrooms today. People talk about attrition. So what has changed? What has changed between then and now? That's the primary question that we need to find answer for. The second anecdote is that of political leadership. February this year, two countries met at war front. One a global nuclear power, the second one is a smaller country. The leader of that smaller country made a judgmental blunder of assuming that NATO will fight his war. And what happened later is history. So what went wrong here? Third anecdote is that from my personal level, personal leadership level, families with parent children, we struggle to make them self-sufficient, but we expect them to become leaders of the future and help others. So three anecdotes. What is that one moral behind all these three stories? Any guesses? Mediocre leadership. All these three are a result of mediocre leadership. So leadership is so scarce, but is it all that gloomy? The answer is no. There's still hope. And here is the good news. There are no born leaders. Leadership can be groomed and honed. And second thing, leadership can be coached through good experiences, learning from successes and failures. So today, in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about one of the leadership experience that I got in this great platform called Toastmasters. We all think that generally the outside perception is that Toastmasters is a forum where we learn communication skills, but what we actually learn here is leadership skills. Few years back, I think in 2020, when the pandemic struck, I was the VP Education of this club, and that was our first ExCom meeting. We made a commitment to ourselves that we are going to chase that coveted golden gavel for our club. So we made a resolve. We said, okay, we are going to chase the golden gavel for our club. We made that commitment amongst the club ExCom members. Second, we broke them down into monthly and weekly goals. So this month, in the next 12 months, this month we are going to do this. In this month, the first week, we are going to conduct the moments of truth. We broke it down and then we marked them in the calendar. That's the second C. So these are the 5 C's I am going to talk about the leadership. The first C is commitment. The second C that I talked about is the clarity of the goal. The third and most important C, and that is the C of this meeting, which is coaching. I got 2 great coaches. One, our very own DTM Satish, and the other is DTM Ramlingam, who was our immediate past president then. So we all used to get together. So the coach, what exactly is, according to you, is coach? Any guesses? What according to you is coach? Is a good coach? Absolutely. Who gets the best out of you? Because every human being has limitless potential. Limitless potential. A coach is the one who unearths that and makes the individual realize his own potential 100%. So, every time we wanted a sounding board, I go to my coach. And he always asks some questions. He never gives any solutions. He asks some questions and you will figure out your own answer. That's the quality of the best coach. Making you think, not serving something on the platter. The second thing is, whenever we face some difficulties, and we all know that Golden Gavel is one of the most complicated programs, and I'm not looking at the district director now.
It is going to be.
And whenever we face some challenge, for example, that was the lockdown time, and there was one point in that Golden Gavel is conduct an outdoor meeting. So we were wondering, okay, how to conduct an outdoor meeting in this lockdown situation, yeah. So then he asked me a few questions, and then okay, we figured it out. Finally, we conducted it as a team meeting at the direction of the DCP chair, and then we got that point, right? So a coach is someone who's always there to help you when you face some problem, and you realize your own full potential through the coaches. The fourth C is communication. So every month in the XCOM meeting, we used to set aside 5 minutes to tell our XCOM members that this is where we are on the Golden Gavel pursuit, and this is where we need your help. So we told the secretary that, secretary, we have a deadline here, we need to submit the minutes of meeting of the moments of truth by so and so date, be prepared. So the communication was seamless. That is the fourth C of leadership. The fifth C, very important, the cadence. So we used to have Toastmaster Ramalingam, myself and Satish get together every other month and then talk about where we are, what should we do differently to get the Golden Gavel. And this is one great Toastmaster leadership experience I've ever had. This is something that you will not get to experiment in your corporate life. Let me tell you, you will never ever get this experience in corporate life, because corporate, you make a mistake, you are done. But here you have the freedom to experiment, do something different. To sum it up, 5 C's of leadership: commitment, clarity, third, most important, coach, and communicate. Fifth one, cadence. These are the 5 C's. Even if you have not listened to me for the past whatever minutes, if you want to take away just one thing, take this away, which is coaching. Choose a good coach for you. He will figure out the way to get ahead in the life. A good coach can only change the game. A great coach can change your life. Toastmaster.